Okay, so today we're going to be talking about launchpads, crypto launchpads, what they are, what IDOs are, and how this has probably been the way that I've made the most amount of my money in crypto. You know, a lot of people are specialized in certain different things. Somebody might be specialized in crypto mining, DeFi. My specialty is DeFi, but also IDOs, private sales. This is something that I've done very, very well in over the last two bull markets, now going into my third one here in 2024 coming up. What is a launchpad? A launchpad is a place where we can go and buy cryptos before they hit the market. These launchpads, they'll get access to a tranche of these hot cryptos, and you come in and you get a certain allocation. One of the launchpads that I've used over the years, and probably the best one in my opinion, is Paid. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can go if you want to check it out. If you're a US citizen, unfortunately you can't do it. But if you have somebody who's not a US citizen and is a citizen of another country, maybe you can team up with them to get into these hot IDOs. So an IDO is initial decentralized exchange offering, formerly known as like ICOs, but ICOs are much different. So IDOs, you actually can go using smart contracts. It's from a reputable decentralized application from Paid, where it's like, hey, look, if you have so much paid staked, because you have to stake the paid, or you end up getting a certain amount of allocation, okay, towards that you can buy and capitalize on, right? The longer you stake it in Paid, the more you'll get in terms of allocation as well. Okay, now that goes for some of these other launch pads. I know like Neo Tokyo, which is LEO Trades. Now, the difference between an ICO and IDO, before we had these initial coin offerings. Now, initial coin offering was super sketch, all right? You had like a buddy who was like, yo, I've got, the hottest deal. And luckily, my buddy, I really trusted, but he had like a guy, and then they had a guy, and there was like this whole chain of custody that you had to kind of go down to end up making that money and getting your coins. But you had to like submit it to one guy's wallet, and then he took it and he sent it, and then you had to pray that you got it. A lot of people ended up getting, losing a lot of money back in the day in regards to that. What I ended up doing and getting into, I ended up getting into some really, really good ICOs back in the day. I got into, at the time, Celsius, which did really well. Now it's obviously gone belly up and turned out to be a Ponzi scheme, but it was one of the hottest ICOs back in the day. Nexo was, they're still in business and they do borrowing and lending, but it's centralized. So I'm not a fan. I've sold it long before that. I ended up getting into one, Salt, which also made me a ton of money. That one was like, wow, that was a next level one. And I'm sure I got into some other ones back in these are 2017, 2018, early 2018, because after 2018, the ICO gig just went down the tubes. Now, in 2020, we had this thing called DeFi, and DeFi, decentralized finance. We had, better access to better smart contracts to where people could just deposit, and, we had a certain amount that was allocated to us. And at the end of the day, it was just divvied up using smart contracts, and you could just go and buy it like you buy a coin on an exchange. Okay. Now, the only pain in the ass is you only have 20, 30 minutes. And if you're not there within a certain amount of time, then it closes and you don't get it, or everybody buys it up because there's only a certain amount and it fills up really, really quick. And especially when these things start to get hot, because when you buy an IDO and there's a hot market, you guys, it's stupid. I mean, we had some that went 100, 200x in 1-2 days. All right. And that's where, in my opinion, the money really, really, really starts getting to pop. Okay. Now, again, it's kind of a pain in the ass, depending on where you are in the world. You may have to be up early or late or whatever to get into these things. And you have to be there. You have to commit to it early because they need to know how many more or less people are going to be there. And again, usually they oversell it. So if you're one of the last ones to get in, you're fucked. Now, there is one private sale that I got into, and this is still one of my top picks. I actually have this in my managed vault, which is a decentralized pool of money that I manage. Okay, so if you're interested in that, we've got a link to the website down below. You guys can check that out as well. But essentially, this one is Frax, FXS. And I got into FXS in the private sale. I really, really like the team. The team was from formerly IQ, which IQ is basically Everpedia. It's the Wikipedia on the blockchain, and it's actually done very, very well. It's one of the cryptos that has actually been pretty stable during the last bull market. But they started Frax, and a lot of you already know what Frax is. I talk about Frax all the time. But Frax is basically, they started off as a stable coin, but now it's become honestly, the crypto decentralized finance bank. They've got borrowing and lending. They've got ETH derivatives, liquid staking derivatives of Ethereum. I've heard that they're probably going to be doing some Bitcoin stuff. They've got a decentralized exchange, governance. I mean, it's all sorts of things. The only thing is I wish their staked FXS was paying more, but they say that there's some stuff on the way. They also have flat coins. Anyways, long and the short of it, they started off as a stable coin that was backed, depending on the amount of cryptos that have been minted using FXS and USDC, but it was an algorithmic stablecoin. Now they're backed. Now their Frax stablecoin, which is the actual stablecoin, FRAX, is backed 1-to-1 by USDC. Well, I got into that. I forget what it was. It was like 37 cents or something like that. And it ended up going all the way up to, at one point in time, I think close to $50. So these are the things that if you get in early enough, and I probably would have put in more money, but it was the only money that I had at the time to put into, available to me. And my buddy was like, yo, you got to send me this crypto now. And we did well. We did really, really well with that one. Not only that, but I also got into the farms and I started yield farming FXS with the money that I had made. So it was all in all, I turned that $2,800 into something at the height of the market to 600,000. Obviously, I didn't cash it out, but it felt really, really, really good. Anyways, if I were you, and I am not, and this is not financial advice, by the way, I would definitely be looking in to Launchpads, to IDOs. And if you're interested in learning on how you can participate in these, hit me up. We've got a video as to what we teach in DeFi, our core stuff, but this is also something that we teach as well. The video that goes to our website is free. You guys can watch that, no problems. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next one. Click the like button if you like this video and subscribe. And I want to keep bringing you the alpha here. Cheers.